Long ago there was a jungle, stuffed with lush greenery and dotted with sparkling lakes. The elephants loved to splash and play in the lakes, squirting water at each other with their trunks and laughing. The ants went about their ant business of collecting food in a cooperative manner and storing it up to eat in the winter. The world was good for both the elephants and the ants. But a terrible drought came. It did not rain and some lakes dried up. The ants worked harder to find food, and they did not really notice the drought. The elephants, however, did notice their lake was drying up, and the water now only came to their ankles, which was not nearly as much fun. So they decided to visit a lake near the ants' part of the jungle. Footsteps shook the earth as they traveled. To the ants, grasshoppers, and crickets it was a disaster. They were going about their business when suddenly a scary gray stone descended from the sky and smashed their little bodies. It was just the elephant's feet, but from a bug's eye view it was a scary gray stone from the sky. Their crushed and wounded tribesmen called out in distress, "Help, help!" "What are we to do?" said the bugs at their meeting. How we suffer, said the cricket, hanging his head. One ant, cleverer than the rest, said,
"Oh, do be quiet, Cricket. You act like you're the only ones who suffer."
"But look,
those are not sky stones. Those are elephants' feet. I say we watch for those feet and attack them."
Why is it always the same? Why do we suffer?" whined the cricket.
"Oh, do shut up,"
said the ant and grasshopper at the same time. So a few watchman ants gathered. In the distance they heard. Then it got closer. And at the right moment they bravely rushed out of the grass and climbed the elephant's legs and stung them. The elephants felt a sting on their legs and casually slapped the ants with their trunks. The ant casualties mounted. The elephants never really saw the bugs as animals who had as much right to live as they did. "Oh, why do we suffer like this?" said the cricket, looking pitiful. "It will always be the same, this anti-cricketism."
"Hey, Cricket, want some fruit with that wine?"
the wise guy ant asked.
"Here's a new plan. We'll send a delegation to the Queen of the Elephants."
And so they did. They had to crawl up to her ear and talk very loud for her to hear them. If she weren't a wise queen, the little voices might have scared her, but instead she listened.
"You are invading our jungle and killing us,"
said the ants.
"We are? Who are you?"
asked the queen.
"We are the bugs. You squish us with your big gray feet as we try to gather food,"
they said.
"And this is wrong."
She got one ant on her trunk and peered closely at him. He was shaking his little fist at her. Because she was a wise queen and killing the ants was wrong, she came up with her own plan. The elephants would only come to the lake when the sun was directly overhead. That way the ants could go in their tunnel and stay safe at that time. The ants told the others, and they agreed this was a good plan, except for the cricket, who was sure the elephants would squish his tribe sometime in the future. So while the sun was directly overhead, the ants stayed in their nice cool tunnels, and the grasshoppers perched on the tops of the grasses and watched the elephant parade. Even the crickets crawled away from the elephant path, whining about their bad luck. And the moral of the story is, sometimes you can all get what you want without anybody getting crushed.